Welcome back, Pirate Crew. It's your captain, Yeehaw Yadam, and for today's video, we're going to be doing some gameplay commentary of a game that I had in locals playing Katakuri. Now, Katakuri is not a deck that I personally own, even though this set, the prices are pretty darn good, and you can go ahead and basically get whatever it is that you need from set 3. I just haven't felt the need to invest in the yellow deck at this time. So this was my first time playing it in a tournament. This was my friend's list. I just switched a couple things around, put more triggers just because I just wanted to trigger as many times as I possibly could. And I thought this game was pretty darn fun. I played this game at PPG, so that's why you have this weird little overlay. It was streamed, so I'm just going to go ahead and watch it and go ahead and talk about it with you guys. So my opponent is playing Doflamingo. I was able to win the die roll. Very important. When you win the die roll from Doflamingo, you take first away from them, right? So that they don't Perona you on one. They don't hit you with any of those very powerful starters and get chucking with the leader. Fortunately for us, we don't see them having the Perona on one, which is already step 1. We opt to, and obviously, you know, that's us just going first. The deck doesn't care if it goes first or second. It probably prefers second because you can go 8-drop Katakuri into 10-drop Big Mom. But at the end of the day, I do think that getting that information and taking your opponent's best play from them might just be stronger. It goes into my turn 2. I go ahead and use my leader's ability to swing for 7, and I just do a little passing. So, and that's the thing about Katakuri when you go ahead and go on the odd curve. If I don't have any pudding to really fit in this spot, a Sanji, which, yeah, I could have placed a Sanji here or a pudding. Or, those are basically the only 2 cards in my entire deck that I can summon off of this. Maybe like a Strucin, but it'd be a little bizarre to go about it. So he goes ahead and uses his leader ability. He whiffs here. It looks like a Love Beam off the top. And he's going to hit my trigger, which is a Paro Sparrow. I'm just going to go ahead and pitch my Hocus Pocus because that's one of the cards that I'm playing around with. I don't think it's necessarily a great card in Katakuri. I just love the idea of life or death. Like, you know, I think that's very, very interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and swing Paro Sparrow, 5 at the lead. And just these 5k bodies that come out of life are redonkulous, right? You just all of a sudden have an attacking stat line that your opponent has to deal with. And I did nothing. I'm just here chilling. Look at me over there, just big chilling. Go ahead, swing 5. And if I'm just swinging 5s, you know that I'm going to be dropping a 5-drop here. There's no reason I wouldn't hit 7 with Katakuri if I wasn't, you know, using the entire rest of my Dawn. I'm just going to go ahead and hard slam a Shirahoshi, right? And my thinking behind this is I'm pretty sure I have like the 8-drop Katakuri. And I see where this game is going. He's going to hit me. He's going to keep hitting my life with these big numbers that Doflamingo usually does. I'll go ahead and put 2, swing me for a base of 7, and I'm not going to counter out of it. I can care less. The only attacking stat line that he has on the board is the Trafalgar Law, and that ain't, I mean, come on now. So if he chooses not to, my Paro Sparrow hits me for life, then I have all the time in the world, and I can just go ahead and do what I want. I go ahead and pitch 2 Thunderbolts because even though Thunderbolt is a very powerful card, I do think that Doflamingo requires some respect in terms of how fast the deck can possibly be. So I didn't want to go ahead and lose a life in this matchup. You know, in an aggressive matchup, I lose a life. Sounds like I'm going to lose the game. So I pitch them. He goes ahead and swings at me for 7. I doesn't use leader ability this time. No trigger. Okay. You know, we got to not trigger sometimes. And then my opponent's going to go ahead and just say bada bing, bada boom, Jinbei. Now, Jinbei, great card, right? From the promotional pack, around like sitting around $55. Man, that card does a whole lot of nothing, respectfully. It just has the 7 Warlords tag. Can't wait to get more 7 Warlords. So I'm just going to hit him for 5 again. Hit him for another 5. And then, again, if you're not using your Dawn on your leader, that just means you're tapping out. And who am I tapping out for at 7? Dawn. Big Mama. Big Mama number 1 is going to come in. This one's really cool because it has the Hocus Pocus effect, which is allows us to see how he wants, like see what my opponent wants to do. And he chooses to gain me a life. Woohoo! 7-drop 8k gain a life. Now that sounds very plus to me. Sounds great. So, I mean, he couldn't really crit himself. He's in like a very scary position, I guess, because he's at 3 life. I am just hitting base 7s. I'm going to 9 Dawn next turn. And once I start getting to my 10 Dawn curve and I just go 10 drop into 10 drop, wow. So he's going to go ahead and hit me for 7. Now, I do have a way to counter it, but I just want to do a little bit of gaming. Oh, 2 triggers. Woo, yay. Triggers. Fun, enjoyable. I love it. So the Charlotte Brûlé, as I like to call him, Brûlé. So Brûlé is like the Boa Hancock from the blue structure deck. But the fact that this deck can heal, the fact that I can see what's in my life, makes Brûlé a lot stronger. My opponent's going to go ahead and tap 4 for the boa, place a Dawn on the boa, and hit me for 6. And 6 I will defend. I mean, that's just not a real number. I gotta respect 7, but 6, no, we don't do a little respect. And we still have Bruli on the board. We're gonna go ahead and go to 9 Dawn, which is just gorgeous, right? And why is 9 Dawn so good? Because I can go ahead and put 1 Dawn on my Katakuri and then summon Katakuri. Sounds pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and now I'm thinking about attacking the Jinbei. So I'm gonna go 5 at the lead here. He opts to block. That's now the freest 7 on the Jinbei I've ever seen. Go ahead and look. I take a little quick peek. Ooh, I keep it. And let's see what he opts to do. He opts to block or what? Oh, I didn't even hit the Jinbei. Nice. He takes the life. I'm counting here because I'm at exactly 8 Dawn, making sure that I'm not messing up my Dawn placement. I'll go 8 at 5. He lets it go. Probably bottom decks the Pero Sparrow. And then I get to summon Katakuri here. And just tap out one more time. You just keep tapping out every turn, man. Just keep on tapping out. Go ahead and put Shirahoshi back in my life. And it's basically an 8-drop 8k heal one. So I've played 2 big boys that have both healed me for 1, which is nice, you know. And in this one, I put Shirahoshi back to the top of my life, meaning that I'm going to get to go ahead and draw 3, discard 2. I get that graceful charity effect, and all the bricks in my hand will start disappearing. And I can get to the late game that the deck wants to have. Like that Hocus Pocus I see in my hand. That card's going bye-bye. So back to my opponent's turn. My opponent gets to the 10 Dawn threshold, but 10 Dawn on Doflamingo really means nothing. The best thing he can do here is Mihawk, right? But since he didn't Mihawk last turn, I wouldn't expect him to have it this turn, right? So we're expecting him to go ahead and finally play... Oh, well, it's going to be a Martial D Teach. And I mean, 4 Dawn for that effect isn't really something to write home about. So he has this Big Mom. Does he want to commit fully onto attacking the Big Mom, which is a possibility? Does he want to attack my life? Because the moment he attacks my life, I'm probably letting it go through because I have the Shirahoshi there, and I don't mind just drawing 3, discarding 2, but hitting me for 6 is just not going to be it. I can still defend an easy number because why not? So that's 4 Dawn available. We can go ahead and play a... Just going to float 4 Dawn. I mean, Love Beam is a card that we do have to respect. And yeah, he is at 2 life, and I got 2 big bodies on the board, and now I'm just going to hit him for base and summon the biggest of moms, huh? So I go for 5. You should probably combo out of it. Or take all of it. Really up to him. Take all of the hits. Probably take 8, and then you don't get burned. Would probably be the play. He's going to go ahead and draw a card off the Boa Hancock, and then he's going to go ahead, and I'm assuming he's going to trigger the Love Beam here. I'm just going to go ahead and put him to 9. He's going to pitch a Teach. 6. 7, 8. 12. Okay. I think he wanted to get to the threshold of the draw mechanic from the Love Beam, which is a fallacy that I feel like people fall into. Shortly, these 2-drop 4K counters they just do what they do. You know what I mean? You don't really have to go all out and make sure you get the draw effect. He's going to go ahead and Love Beam once again. And now he's played 2 Love Beams, and that's fine. I mean, we got them out of the way. He protected the Boa, but I'm going to go ahead and heal one more time. So now I'm back to full life, back to 5 whole life. And my opponent's down to 1, and I got a 12k on the board. So that feels pretty nice. If you ever have the board tempo and you're able to summon a 10-drop, that's just... It's a good feeling, guys. A good feeling. I'm not going to lie. It's just difficult for these scenarios to happen. As you can see, my board is a 7, an 8, and a 10. For the majority of the game, I didn't really do anything. I just summoned a Pero Sparrow, and Pero Sparrow did like the mid game. But if you try to put that with respect to like a Zoro matchup, a Law matchup, by the time that I summon my 7-drop, they've already hit me like 16 times. That's when yellow gets a little bit, put on a clock. And once you put this deck on a clock, it starts putting on the back foot, which would cause it to not perform as well. Now, you would think that Doflamingo could do something very, very similar. The issue with Dofi is that it eventually runs out of hand size defending its board, as well as the fact that it requires a very specific start. Like this Doflamingo 3-drop is one of the best cards in the deck. And we're like on turn 9 by this time. It's a little bit late to go ahead and see this because this effect is something you want to see early in the deck, so you can go ahead and make sure that you're confident with each attack. He also swung with leader, used leader effect, and it whiffed, which is like another reason that I'm able to get to this board state. So even though this game looks really cool and Katakuri looking like a monster right now, don't be fooled. This is quite a very outlier of a game. But either way, deck is super fun, and I'm excited to play some more of it. I kind of want to pick up the cards just to slam big bombs on people. My opponent's going to go ahead and put 2 Dawn under his leader. He's going to go ahead and swing for 7. Use the leader ability. We know what it is because we have the Doflamingo blocker. I'm going to go ahead and let that go through. I'm at 5 life. I have all the life in the world, and I hit another trigger. 3 triggers, baby. Let's go. Pero, Brule. I've hit that so far. 3 triggers. And I have a Shirahoshi that I played there. He's going to go ahead and fist the Brule. I mean, surely. Show. Put a Dawn under the Boa. And my grip looking kind of thick. You're going to hit me for 6. I believe I let this go through. Nope. I just defend it because, you know what? Why not? We know that we have a Shirahoshi there, but it doesn't seem like we care at all. It goes back to my turn. I'm going to go ahead and draw. I do have the Hocus Pocus, which this would be a great time to play it because he would have to opt to heal me 1, which is a 5-drop heal 1. Sounds pretty darn cool. But I think I just ended up playing another Mama because that's the whole point of the deck. Just summon these big idiots. My opponent has to choose here, life or death. He just chooses to burn himself. He's done. He's done with it. He's just telling me, just end me, brother. So I'm going to go ahead and see how much damage I can possibly do here. And I'm counting. He has like 2 cards in hand. He's tapped out. Going to go ahead and hit for 7. Choose to keep the Shirahoshi there. And he blocks. Big Mom number 1 getting in there. And he's going to block again. Katakuri getting in there. And that's going to be the game. Now, at the end of the game, I just decided I want to look at what the rest of my life was. So I think I flip it here just so you guys can see a little bit of the spice that was coming through. Trigger. And at that point, you call the judge. Just letting you guys know. If you ever see something like that happen, call the judge. Because what? That's disgusting. And that's just some of the cool things you can do with Katakuri. So again, that's why I wanted to show you guys this game. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was very fun. And, you know, it's very one-sided, right? If you're on this side of the Katakuri when stuff like that happens, you're going to have a great time. If you're on the opponent's side and you're getting trigger. So I hope you guys liked this match. I hope it was kind of fun to watch. A little bit of a different type of video for today. I am going to be going ahead and doing a little bit more specific content for next week. I know this week I kind of took like an off week just kind of to figure out what I wanted to do for set 3. If I want to do more IRL matches, more OP TCG sim, I'm going to go ahead and put up a poll to see what you guys think, so we can go ahead and make those videos for next week. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you liked it, please go ahead and leave a like. If you go ahead and have any questions, and if you saw anything that I could have played better on, or if you want to just talk about the match and how silly yellow is and your experience with yellow, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section. And as always, guys, if you're enjoying these type of videos and want to go ahead and join the crew, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.